Good afternoon and a very happy Sunday to you. Thanks for being part of the program again this week from the territory. Hard work most times do not go unrecognized. So, in this package, you will get to see how some road managers, that is officers of the Federal Road Safety Corps, got promoted in grand style. While Nigerians are still grappling with the cash crunch, one of the new generation banks went in flames. I'm sure leaving customers around there in the area in a tighter situation. Now, few reports on election preparations. We also beam our searchlight into some communities in the nation's capital. I am Frama Pani. More than 61 newly promoted officers of the Federal Road Safety Corps, FCT, have been decorated with their new ranks. Howard Gimba reports that the event was held in the presence of family, friends, and other sister agencies.
Dedication to work surely earns more rewards. This was what resonated in the decoration ceremony for the newly promoted officers. The commandants are being conferred with the ranks for their contributions to the development of the Corps on safety on the highway. Deputy Corps Marshal Wobingora urged the newly promoted officers to be dedicated and alert, as well as project the image of the organization at all times.
You know, promotion, when it comes, the joy that is in that person is different. They've been promoted. We are expecting more from them, and they must be ready to do more.
To whom much is given, much is expected. That they should be more dedicated and committed.
To remain loyal, because loyalty is the key word as far as military or paramilitary installations are concerned. And then they should understand that they say a result of hard work is what? More work.
Promotion is a thing of increase, promotion is a thing of change.
FCT Federal Road Safety Corps Sector Commander Samuel Ogauchi urged the officers to redouble efforts and put in more sacrifice to uplift the Corps to attain its mandates.
It has not been an easy experience for quite a number of them, but we are happy with the Corps Marshal's magnanimity at this time and the management to ensure that every one of them enjoy this promotion at this time.
For some of the newly promoted officers,
I can only say thank you to God.
I feel overwhelmed. I feel elated.
Described as the first of its kind, officers commended the Corps Marshal for deeming it fit to promote more than 61 officers who they say have given in the best to ensure safety on the roads at all times. Hawagimba, NTA News.
Congratulations to the newly promoted officers. Indeed, to whom much is given, much more is expected. Now, the Police Community Relations Committee is strengthening its operations of effective policing in communities as new leaders of the Committee for FCT emerged. Tessie Omeri reports.
Security is said to be everyone's business, and one group that is in the business of policing is the Police Community Relations Committee. Gathered here are members of the Police Community Relations Committee FCT chapter, which has more than 30 divisions with the mandate to bridge the gap between the police and the society. They converge to elect new executives that will pilot affairs of the committee following the expiration of the tenure of former officials.
We are trying to let the community know police is your friend and they are trying for us. And to let police know the citizens are your own. They are really trying that we have to live together, work together and protect each other's interests for a better Nigeria.
Elections conducted. New executive emerged with Rufus Ebegba taking over as chairman.
So the need for cordiality in the relationship between the police and the members of the community is very key. So we are going to concentrate on that and work out strategies, particularly in the area of town hall meetings, consultations, and also giving the members of the public the confidence to also make intelligent information available to the Nigerian police.
It's not easy. but it's easy. Because what we need to do is to get to the grassroots. Let people know what is called PCRC. My successor has promised to work on where we have stopped.
The Police Community Relations Committee, established in 1984 by the Nigerian Police Force, has been fostering partnership between the police and the community in enhancing effective policing in communities in the country. Tessie Omeri, NTA News.
Now, security, as they say, is everybody's business. So, if you see something, say something. Women have been urged to reflect properly on the right candidate before casting their ballot on election day. This was at a town hall meeting and sensitization program in Abuja, where the facilitator, Mabel Adinya Ade, tasked women on benefits of participating in politics. Deborah Gazaji has more.
The 2023 general elections mean a lot, and the percentage of women participation in the electoral process is key in deciding the fate of Nigeria. Therefore, Women Wing of Christian Association of Nigeria is collaborating with the United Nations Women and Canadian governments to mobilize women to make a good choice by coming out to exercise their civic responsibility on election day. The mobilization advocacy is in 6 states, including the FCT. National President Wowikan Victoria Bola says they are engaging women, including market women in the 6 states, as they are mandated to sensitize more than 4,000 women.
We've told them that their cars, the PVC, they should not allow people to buy their PVCs, because we learned that people are going around mopping PVC, buying it from people, and it's not good, because they will not allow them. If they collect your PVC, you can't vote on that day, because you need your PVC to vote. That's why we are sensitizing them that don't sell your PVC. Don't collect 2,000 because of what you are going to eat today, and tomorrow your children will be suffering.
We have seen a lot of many of our children out of school for many years or many months, and the situation is getting really worse. We cannot repeat the same mistake by just casting our vote without reflecting on who really we are voting for.
FCT INEC Desk Officer Martina Prince-Will assured the meeting that all has been done humanly by INEC to ensure free and fair election in Nigeria.
INEC is putting in your votes will definitely count. With the new innovations, we have the BVAS, where the BVAS is used for accreditation and authentication. Your votes will count on that day.
In the FCT, the women are working with the Abuja Municipal Area Council and Gogolada Area Council. Deborah Gazaji, Micah, NTA News.
Love to see it, women power out there. Now, ahead of the general elections, a one-day sensitization seminar aimed at equipping Christian youth with requisite knowledge on their role as Christians in the coming election has been held. Charity Zaka reports that the seminar was organized by the Youth Wing Organization of African Institute Church North Central Zone.
The seminar tagged the role of youth in times like this seeks to sensitize the Christian youth with the right attitude to partake in the coming general elections, as they are told the church has great expectations of them. Hence, they should shun all tendencies that will bring shame to the church.
Respective roles that we are supposed to perform in becoming Nigerians and in contributing to our national development and in being relevant in a time as this. So everyone has a role to play.
The participating youth pledged to uphold the honor of the church during the forthcoming general elections.
I'm assuring the church that I personally am going to stand on what we were being taught in order for us to move forward as a youth and for our better tomorrow.
I have to represent the church, and it is my time to tell them that we should vote wisely, and we should vote a competent person that will take us to the promised land.
Resource persons as well as Ken stress that it is necessary that the Christian youth are reminded of who they are and what they must represent during the elections.
We need to first of all ask ourselves, what kind of people should these youths be? We need to be people of understanding, who have understanding of the time, and then we know what to do accordingly. And then finally we shared with them that the role of the youth is very clear. It's a time to cry unto God. It's a time to also unite and be peaceful and also be uncompromising.
As Christian youths, they don't need to be bought over to go and assassinate an opponent. As Christian youths, they don't need to be involved in thuggery. As Christian youths, they don't need to be involved in manipulating figures and other things. As Christian youths, they don't need to involve themselves in anything dirty job in that election. They need to pick up their PVCs and go and vote the right candidate.
What forms our decision to have this? To sensitize ourselves. Look, you should look for peace. Don't be used, no matter what it is. Money shouldn't make you to destroy a country where you should live. You know, we have no other country than Nigeria.
At the seminar, intercessions were met for the coming elections and the country. Charity Zatka, NTA News.
Well, it's election season and the message, get your PVC, cannot be overemphasized, as you just heard. Now, any ad hoc staff found wanting in the 2023 general elections will be severely dealt with. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu gave the warning while inspecting training centers for ad hoc staff in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Mia Ogidi reports.
The 2023 elections are unique in Nigeria because this is the maiden outing of beavers on a national scale.
Including the almighty beavers.
So training of ad hoc staff is central to the process. 782,770 ad hoc staff are engaged for the exercise, and they are currently undergoing lectures nationwide.
In the Federal Capital Territory, we require 282 SPOs, but we are training more than that number. We have added 70 to make it a total of 352. In case some are unable to make it on election day for one reason or another, we have a buffer. And what is happening in the FCT is happening in all the 36 states of the Federation.
Having the combined theoretical and practical aspect, or the practical simulation, provides the SPOs the opportunity to have like an all-round worldview of the entire electoral process.
INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu back to the classroom as it were, taking them through on the fundamentals of election and the requirements.
Let me see by show of hands.
This is a national assignment and due diligence is required. An advice coming from Professor Mahmoud Yakubu to the staff.
Yes, all of them are going to swear to an oath of neutrality. INEC is not a political party. INEC has no candidates in the election. Our commitment is to the process. We'll make sure that the process is what we said it should be, so that the choice made by Nigerians will determine who becomes whatever, at whatever level.
Fortnight to a fair contest, and INEC promises to be an unbiased umpire. Mie Ogide, NT News.
Away from politics now, Chairman Abuja Municipal Area Council, Christopher Zakami Kalongo, has presented the council's budget for the 2023 fiscal year to the legislative arm of the council. He made the presentation on Friday, 10 February 2023. Deborah Gazaji has the report.
The proposed budget for the year, which is to the tune of 12,393,587,671 naira, represents a nominal increase of 1.88% above the previous estimates. Mekalangu says the increase is as a result of staff promotion and annual increments. He restates renewed commitment in ensuring that his administration makes life much easier for citizens, who are mostly taxpayers and the people at the grassroots as well. He urged the Speaker to be unbiased in scrutinizing the budgets.
Mr. Speaker, I quickly remind you that we share a common agenda and vision, which is to uplift people's standard of the common man through the functionality of our respective offices.
We look forward to the cooperation by the executive arm, promising you that as executive, as legislators now, we will do what we have been empowered by the Constitution to do.
The chairman envisaged that the budget shall in no distant time produce a long-lasting document that will match the yearnings of the electorate, even as he remains confident that the budget estimates will positively respond to the cravings for good governance and quality representation. Deborah Gazajamaika, NTA News.
Now, with Guarantee Trust Bank Maraba in Nasarawa being shut down due to a fire outbreak that destroyed some of its gadgets, residents around the vicinity of the bank are finding it difficult to access cash. Unguse Peva reports.
This is one of Nigeria's commercial banks which caught fire slightly above 24 hours ago, at a period where accessing cash is like sourcing for precious goods and overstretching other banks in the area.
Although the cause of the fire is yet to be ascertained, except for narratives by traders with shops beside the bank.
They don't have men on ground. You understand? They don't even know.
Zenith Bank.
Security guards at GT Bank are equally not cooperative in giving out information as well. However, NTA News was able to get a voice record of one of them.
Saba know the work now. Saba burned down now. For now, there's no light. All the light connected, everything burned down. I don't think I don't think this bank will work.
People around the vicinity of GT Bank Maraba voice how challenges they have been facing in search of cash since the closest bank to them has been shut down to customers.
I come to get money where I go take job. I dey hungry. I know even see 1 naira. I see the bank they close. So I go do. Now to carry my wahala go back house.
We find it very difficult because POSF don't have money, so we don't even know what to do.
Considering the weather condition at the time, Nigerians are to take precautionary measures in curtailing fire outbreaks. From Maraba, Karu local government area of Nasarawa State, Nguse PV, NTA News.
News as a commodity is our trade. When it breaks in the FCT and environs, our team of professional reporters will definitely be there. NTA Channel 5 Abuja News, using news to connect the grassroots people with the newsmakers and uniting the nation. We serve you the depths of news in politics, economy, education, health, security, infrastructure, even in times of emergencies. Always join our news build at 1 and 7 p.m. daily to be informed of the latest and current happenings. Our on-air personalities are the professionals you desire on the screen. NTA Channel 5 Abuja News, telling you the real news, verifiable and factual, with no room for fake news.
Welcome back. Time to take you to some communities in the territory. Now, advantages of being a host community in the FCT are enormous. However, the indigenous people are advocating that some of their natural resources be explored and tapped for tourism purpose. Deborah Gazaji in this report examines aspects of life which still project elements of locality among the indigenous people.
Approaching any of the homes of the indigenes, particularly the Gbagis in the FCT, visitors are greeted by heaps of firewood on both sides of the road. In some communities, firewood production in large and commercial quantities is a potential income-earning vocation for the rural dwellers in their efforts to make ends meet.
Firewood is safe. If you don't get them, gather like this. If you not get food, we'll carry and send. Buy food to eat. We dey arrange and like that because if you no arrange and if you person come carry, we no go know. As we dey arrange and even though you carry one, we go know. Any food we dey cook am with the firewood. If you test them, you go sweet past the one where they cook with the gas. That's why our Agbaji people, if you enter any area, if you see firewood, you will know say Agbaji dey there.
Just like this aspect of locality, hanging corn after harvesting as a form of storage is another aspect of the life of the indigenous people of the FCT.
It will less the place that you can keep it as we hang it, so you have no store for you to keep it. And even though if you keep it, it's still the this thing that you can germinate. That is why we find a way like that and hang it. And when we hang it like that, it will dry before we should now take it inside her sack.
In the Federal Capital Territory, the Gimba of Kogo observes that human capital development has been a major challenge for the people as most of their farmlands have been taken. Deborah Gazaji Micah, NTA News.
Now let's visit a community, Alungu-Lungu. It is no doubt that land and agriculture are two vital components of growth, development, and source of livelihood to any community. Most nations, states, and communities have depended so much on these for survival. For Alungu-Lungu, a community in the Abuja Municipal Area Council of the FCT, the tale is different as they lament fast disappearing ancestral land.
According to history, Alungu-Lungu community had existed long before the creation of the Federal Capital Territory. Its indigenous people are the popular Gbagi people with a rich cultural heritage who are predominantly farmers. However, the land in time past suffered from development around its environment as the people lament negligence of government to their plight.
2 years ago, so one developer used government to come and demolish my community. Even this house, they were trying to demolish it and shot my son, which I spent a lot of money by surgery. And even now, presently, we say 7 million. The road on the community, you know, as I said earlier, the drainage, we need it, and the road, so that will be a gutter that will made our community decent.
They also recount other ordeals which affect them daily.
But then the first question still asks, why is the farm? The land is not well available for farming. Here, near and far, you don't have any area for farming. No more area for farming. And you should believe that with the planning standard and criteria supposed to be adopted, if we are practicing as it is confirmed in other parts of the world, today the Gbagi people have a lot of farming area compared to what is happening in the outside world.
As a result of the demolition which has taken over or took over in this place, some of our youth have dropped out of the school. Some don't have work, and many things, and to the point that some of them are going into art that is not lawful.
They are calling on relevant authorities to come to their aid. Cecilia Julius, NTA News.
Time to visit Waru community, where dry season farming is the practice of cultivation and planting of crops. Charity Zaka captures some dry season farmers in Waru in the FCT.
Some research has it that best season to farm is in the rainy season. However, some are still gainfully occupied with subsistence farming in the dry season as a means of livelihood in Waru. Malam Aliyu Dahiru, in company of his son Abba, say that the practice is not without challenges.
I get like 8 workers. So if I fetch the ugu or green leaf, I go market. If I sit down, I come pay my workers with that money. I need assistance for federal government. Better base system for Abuja. The problem for the farmers, fertilizer and chemical. Help me and my brothers. Fertilizer like 5,000 or 6,000 naira. Chemical 1,000 or 800 naira.
The district head of Waru community, Ibrahim Amadou Sarki, is supportive of those in the dry season farming.
We continue encouraging them, using their generator, watering their farmland, no matter if it is 2 feet by 3 feet. Manage it. Water that portion. If you know how to manage it, a tangible something will come.
To earn a living, no doubt, the dry season can be of immense benefit for agriculture. Charity Zaka, NTA News.
Right, and Waru community is where our bus stop this week on the program From the Territory. But join us next week, same time, same station. Thanks for your time and have a good day.